Welcome to Naviance Counselor Video Tutorials. This tutorial will cover how to prepare and send EDocs for students' common apps. So let's get started. First, go to www.naviance.com. You can also access Naviance through the Fort Bend website. Click on Sign In, then Schools and District Staff. This is the sign-in screen, and the first thing you'll notice is a place to put account. Each high school has a different account code, and I will list those on the side of the video for your convenience. And then your username and password is the same username and password that you use here in the district. Click on Sign In. Once you sign in, you will get to the dashboard. Once on the main dashboard, you want to look to this side on the left and look at quick links. The quick links are going to be the shortcuts to the pages that you use most often. And as counselors, we want to look at Application Manager. The first thing you'll see on Application Manager is going to be all pending applications. So this is going to be a listing of all students that have pending applications out there that you may have to complete EDocs for. So next to the Show Me tab, you want to make sure that you're seeing all pending applications. So click on All Pending Applications and then click on Go. Once you click on Go, it's going to give you a listing of all students that have pending applications regardless of when they requested them. So if you look, some of the students may have requested them from the beginning of the year all the way till the current date, okay? The next thing to make this a little bit more easier to manage, you want to click on Student. Clicking on Student alphabetizes the list for you, making it easier for you to find a specific student. Next on the screen, there's two things that you want to look at. First is delivery type. Click on the I. When you click on the I here, it will let you know what the different icons mean. So the delivery types in Naviance that as counselors we want to pay attention to are the CA. When you see CA in the monitor, that's Common App. That means that the student is applying through Common App, which means any EDocs that we create through Naviance will automatically be sent there. And the other one you want to pay attention to is the question mark that says Unknown. Whenever you see the question mark, you want to call the student down and ask them, how do you plan on submitting your application? This way you know whether or not the documents you prepare will be sent to the correct place at the correct time, in the correct way. So that's delivery type. The next column is going to be transcript. So this column here will let you know whether or not the student requested a transcript, whether or not that request was canceled, or if they have no request. So when you see students with no request, you may want to call them down and see if they're planning on applying to that particular college. They need to go ahead and get their transcript in. So now we're ready to check and see which students need to have EDocs created and prepared for them. So of course we're looking for delivery type where we see CA. That's how we know Common Application. We know that there's EDocs there that will be sent for that student. There's two ways to select your student. You can either select the student here, or you can go up to the search bar and enter a few letters of the last name, and the student will pop up. So for our purposes, we're going to use this student. So I can either scroll down and click on his name here, or I can click on his name here. Either way, it will bring me to his screen. Once we get to this screen, you want to click on EDocs. Okay, the first thing you notice when you get to the EDocs screen, the first thing we're looking at is to make sure that Common App has been matched. So once the student has matched their Common App, that means that any documents that we prepare through Naviance will be electronically sent through Common App. This Common App matched corresponds with the CA in the window. So that's the first thing we want to look at. The next thing you're looking at is the documents checklist. The initial checklist are the documents that we prepare at the beginning of the year. Mid-year checklist, middle of the year, and final checklist is going to be at the end of the year. So for our purposes, we're looking at the initial checklist, which is the first round of EDocs that we need to prepare and then send. Okay, so let's begin on the initial checklist. So for the initial transcript, that's something that's sent through the registrar's office. And here we go with written evaluation. Your written evaluation does not need to be sent. There is an option to check that will say that you are not sending a written evaluation. So this particular thing is not necessarily needed. However, I want to show you how to prepare one just in case. So you're going to click on Prepare. Once you click on Prepare, you're going to click on Add. So whenever you're adding a written evaluation, you're going to upload that file. That is not a file that Common App or Naviance asks you to prepare. It's something that you should have already done and you just want to upload. So you'll click on Upload a File. You want to make sure that you upload it to all applications. This ensures that all applications that are accepting Common App or that he has matched with Common App will receive your written evaluation. Go to Type, down to Written Evaluation, and then you would choose the file and upload as you would any file that you're uploading. I'm just going to click on Cancel. So your next thing is going to be the Common App School Report. The Common App School Report, you're going to click on Add, click on Prepare a Form. Form type would be Common App School Report, and prepare a form. Again, you want to make sure that you have all applications selected, and you're going to go through and answer all of the following questions. And you would click on Save. The next thing is the Common App Counselor recommendation. So you would click on Add, prepare a form. Again, this is for Common App, so you're going to prepare their form. Common App Counselor recommendation, prepare form. Again, you want to make sure that it's all applications. And for personal impressions, if you have written an evaluation for the particular student, you can just copy and paste and put that information here. And right here is where you get the checkbox. I will not be sending an evaluation for this student. So you do have the option not to send an evaluation. And then you would go ahead and click on Save. The last document in the initial checklist is going to be current courses. This you would pull from Skyward. So you would run the student's full year schedule, save it as a PDF, and then you'll just upload it. So you click on Add, Upload a File, all applications again. The type will be current courses, and you would just browse and upload the file. Once you've prepared all of the documents, you will see them pop down here underneath underneath Counselor Documents. So you will see all of the documents that you've either uploaded or prepared. They will pop down here. So once you've prepared all the documents, your second step is going to be to send your documents. So you're going to go over here to Send. Now we are on the screen, the Send screen. So first thing that I like to do whenever I get to the Send screen is I like to click on Expand All. What this is going to do, first it's going to show us each college that the student has applied to. And if you notice, the majority of them do have CA in the window, which means that we're able to send our documents electronically. Scroll through and let you see. Whenever we click on Expand All, Expanding All is basically going to show us each document that we have prepared, and we're able to select them and send them individually, or by clicking on this box here, we're able to send all of the documents that are available to that particular college with one click. All right? Just want to kind of scroll down so that you can see. And it will tell you whether or not, when they have been uploaded, when things have been successfully sent. It's also really good at letting you know why are some forms unavailable for selection. So some forms you can select and some forms you can't. And whenever you're unable to select something, if you look here, it will tell you exactly why you cannot select these documents to be sent. Okay? I've already sent documents for this student, And so that's why on the side you will see successfully sent, when things were uploaded, because this is a student that I've already sent documents for, but I did want you to see how it works. So you can either select the documents from here, or you can go through and send things individually. You can send all of these things. The mid-year report, of course, is not done because we're not at the middle of the year. The optional report is not done because it is optional. And also the final report is not done because we're not at the final stage of the game. So you would click here, we hit collapse all, it will take it away. All right. On this side in this column, it's going to let you know what has been successfully sent. So whenever you have sent the documents and they've been sent over, you will get check marks here in green for the initial report. This column obviously is empty because it's mid-year, and then we have this column here that is final. Another button that I like to show you is the refresh button. This has saved my life several times. So Common App and Naviance talk to each other, and sometimes they don't speak to each other on a minute-by-minute basis. So you might be looking and thinking, I've already sent this. Why is it not showing me a green check in this column? If you click the refresh button, Naviance and Common App are forced to talk to each other right when you hit refresh, and basically anything that you may have sent previously in the day, once you've clicked refresh, it will pop over and show here. You can also click on submission status. With submission status, it's going to list the actual application, the date it was created, and what is the particular status, whether it was delivered, if it was submitted. It gives you your ID number. So if a student wants to know, did you send my counselor docs and supporting documents, it'll give you the date that you created it, the date that it was submitted, and successfully delivered. So that's also a very useful screen for you. Just going to click back on student details to take us back to that main screen. This concludes the video tutorial for how to prepare and send EDocs.